Right, well, congratulations on a big win. Homecoming crowd, always one of the biggest crowds of the year, and keeps, more importantly, things rolling for the Bucks. Keeps you right up there in prime position overall in the conference. Great win here tonight in front of the big crowd.
Well, it was obviously the really special thing about it was what our guys off the bench did with Jeff and Adam getting in foul trouble in the first half, and it was funny because Joe came up at halftime. He said, well, we were ready because yesterday in practice, I basically did not let Adam and Jeff play any live work because I felt like, they're playing so many minutes, and we had
let me get that thing a little close.
There we go. They're playing so many minutes. I just felt like they didn't need to be out there banging during practice yesterday. So we put Cody in the middle, which he wound up playing some when Jack got in foul trouble. Right. We basically just practiced without Jeff and Adam yesterday. So
that worked out great.
So it was just me, just me being brilliant.
I expect no less.
Yeah, but it was totally because I was trying to rest them, and I didn't want them banging, after playing almost 40 minutes each the night before. So, but it turned out to be a good thing a little bit maybe because our guys obviously did an amazing job there the last part of the first half with Jeff and Adam on the bench. We extended that lead, and all those guys. Jack played extremely well, and Alex, who of course is starting now, made some big threes for us. I mean, just every one of them contributed during that stretch. Joe hit that three out of the corner, and Brad had a great half. So it was great to see those other guys step up and do the things they did during that stretch.
I was going to say, with the injury to Jordan Miller, and hopefully he's able to recover and get on back next year, but to have Jack Hummel immediately when Jordan went down, all of a sudden he's the backup big now. And he's a veteran. He's been here 3.5 years, knows the system, but now to be thrown into it, boy, to see him perform like he did that first half today, he just looked comfortable. He doesn't have the three-point threat, obviously, that the other big guys do, but everything else, he's on the boards and great driving to the basket and dishing.
Well, and I think the thing that Jack has, too, is being left-handed. I always tell him, like, he'll get in the game a lot of times and he'll go right. And I'm like, Jack, they don't expect you to go left, Make that fake right. And he got that one basket. He did exactly that. I said, make that fake right and power back left to your strength. And he got one big basket like that. And the other thing, too, remember, is when we were in that situation, 3 of the 5 guys we had on the floor are freshmen. Mitch did a great job, played a lot of minutes. And it's funny, Jack got over there on the bench at halftime. He goes, man, I'm just exhausted, because he had to go 10 minutes straight. He said, I'm just not, the combination of becoming an old man and not getting all those minutes. But it's really good, of course, what happened to Jordan was horrible, and it hurts us because he's been such a good backup post player for us. And there were times where you could play him and Adam together. And, we were trying to work that more and more. But it's really good to see Jack getting the opportunity and doing what he's done when he gets the chance. And as a senior that's been a good guy here for 4 years, I tried to get Charlie a 3 there at the end, and he couldn't. They jammed him up, and he couldn't get him free for that last shot. But anyway, it was good, obviously, to see our young guys play so well.
Yeah, and we haven't had as much of a chance to talk on the air with the radio, which is great because it gives you a lot of exposure in Memphis area. And but we mentioned it last year that hey, you had a lot coming back. Thought we were going to be good. Plug some freshmen in. The freshmen, they're still freshmen, but boy, they really have grown as the season's gone on. And you're getting, and it's not just one guy. All of them have been freshmen of the week so far this year.
Exactly.
They can't key on one person.
You don't know from game to game which one of them might be, but Brad has kind of become probably the most consistent. But then, Mitch and Joe are capable of just exploding. Mitch is capable on any night, and Mitch is the one I think that has the potential to become, so much more than what he already is, what he's doing. I think Joe's steady, and of course Joe's had some 26, 27-point games, so you're not going to do much more than that, and Brad's done that. But Mitch with his length and just, times, he's one that, getting stronger is going to make so much difference for him because he's got so much skill and length that, I think he can be a great player. But it's encouraging seeing all 3 of those guys doing the things they've been doing and contributing the way they are. And then obviously this first half today, having them play so many minutes, to step up like that and do the job they did. And not only, it's one thing if those three guys are in there playing with Jeff and Adam, and you still got Jeff and Adam to kind of be your go-to guys.
Right.
But they had to be the guys. It's like they had to be very involved, and Alex did a great job. Alex is really, I'll tell you, over the last week and a half, it was good because we kind of, Alex was struggling, and we bumped him out of the starting lineup for a while because I just felt like he needed something to kind of jumpstart him. And since he's gotten back in there, his rebounding, he's always been a good rebounder.
I think last week, and
he's always been one of our best rebounders. But I felt like that was getting away, and his shot has kind of gone away. And that, to me, he hit two big threes in the first half when we were building that lead and kind of maintaining where the game could have gotten away from us. And the other thing that could have easily happened if they'd started making a run, I might have had to throw Adam and Jeff back out there, and then you run the chance of having them getting fouls. So the job they did made it a lot easier on us today.
Yep. That's great. Right in the thick of the conference, third going into today, and I guess depending on what happens, you're still right there, obviously. Yeah. Big road trip coming up. 2 tough games. West Florida has improved, and Valdosta's up at the top right now.
They are.
Going into it, just...
well, and the way the league is, Valdosta's playing great. They're playing great basketball. That win that we got before Christmas that maybe didn't seem that significant at the time has turned into be. That's they've lost it to Huntsville and us. They're sitting there on top, and I felt like that night, that was one of those games where Joe got 26 or 27.
Right.
And I felt like that night, that team, and there was a part of the game there early where I thought they had a chance to break away from us, and we hung in there and then broke away from them a little bit in the second half. But they're good. And then, Mississippi College, who's at the bottom of the league right now, they went double overtime with Valdosta the other night. So again, it shows you that anybody in this league on a given day, if you don't bring it, if you don't have your A game, you're probably going to get sent home unhappy. And it's good that we have kind of, after that tough 4-game losing streak, we've kind of found some consistency. We've righted the ship, but now we're really going to be tested over the next 3 weeks. We've got, like you said, West Florida's playing extremely well. I told our guys, the West Florida game is big from the standpoint of if we can get it, we really put ourselves in a good spot for hosting at the conference tournament. That's the first goal. We don't want to be on the road that first night of conference tournament this year, which enhances our chances of getting to Birmingham. This young team needs to play in Birmingham this year.
Yes, they do.
The best way to do that is have a home game, which we haven't had, since we've gone to that system.
Format, right.
So, but the West Florida, if we go down and get them, because they're right there around 5th or 6th, and if we get them, it's going to give us one more game lead on them, but it's also going to give us the hammer because we would have swept them.
Right.
So that game is critical from that standpoint. And then the Valdosta game becomes one of those kind of games that I told them it's an NCAA play-in game. It's one of those games that if you go down there and beat them and you've got 2 wins over them, and they're definitely going to be ranked in the region, if you got 2 wins over them, then all of a sudden, hey,
they have to take
notice. Our stock goes way up. The one thing that has hurt us a little bit, but I don't think it will when they start crunching the numbers on the region. I've been on that ranking committee. We don't have as good a non-conference record as a lot of these. If you look at the Gulf South teams and you look down those standings, there's a lot of teams that the only losses they have are Gulf South, or they have 1 non-conference loss. I think us and West Georgia are the only ones that lost more than a couple non-conference games. But the reason that we have a couple non-conference losses is we were playing Bellarmine and at Harding.
Absolutely.
We were playing better teams, and that will help us to an extent in that region because our strength of schedule is going to be better than most teams because of playing Bellarmine and Harding. So, if we can get these wins and stay in the top 2 or 3 in the conference, that's going to put us in pretty good shape going into the tournament to have a shot to make the NCAAs. And if this team can make the NCAA tournament this year, which we can, we absolutely can. But if we can do that, then
with the youth,
it'd be major for us obviously to do it this year. We need to get back in there, but the ramifications for the future, having these young freshmen getting that kind of experience as we go forward, our sophomores, and having this whole core team back, it puts us in a position where or I mean, we want to make as many waves as we can right now. And like I tell them all the time. I know it's hard not to think a little bit about the future and what it could be with this team, but none of us are guaranteed any future. So I told them, I said, I'm getting old, guys. We got to do it now. I'm not worried about next year right now. I'm just trying to get to March.
And thinking back when we had the run back, the Elite 8 years and all before and after that, and again, I know it's a numbers crunching thing, but you get the reputation, and if you make it this year, they're going to look at that lineup and go, there's not a senior that makes, major
ranked.
Minutes at all. You'd be ranked coming in next year with sophomores, 3 of your key players.
Right.
I mean, and an Adam a junior and Jeff, of course, a senior at that point.
Right.
But again, you're kind of laying the foundation. We talked last year, we thought we saw a 3 to 4 to 5 year run, not knowing that these guys had come in this year like they did.
Well, and it enhances, if we can do that, because we're on 2 or 3 kids recruiting that if we make that, it enhances our chances of getting those kids. And if we get those kids, we're going to have, the kids that we're on, the 2 or 3 kids that we're on, if we get, we've already gotten one. We got an inside kid that I think is going to be a good one to step in behind Jordan in another year when Jordan finishes up. And if we can find the 2 or 3 that we're on, that I think we have an excellent chance of getting. And again, the farther we go, the more our chances are of enhancing and looking, helps us with that.
Oh, yeah.
So, then you're really setting the building blocks for like you said, a good 5-year run.
Well, good deal. Well, Coach, I'll let you get to your homecoming activities. Kelsey was telling me about your good luck shoot-around charm that you picked up. Puppy that's now a horse or something,
he's
or a horse to be?
He's working on it.
So, good. Hey, whatever it takes, right? Take him on the road trips if you need to.
Well, we talked about, my wife would like that. She would like that. I don't think it would go real well on the bus, but my wife would be all for it.
I hear you. Well, Coach, congratulations on good homestand so far. Go get 2 big ones on the road, and we'll see you back here in about a week and a half.
Sounds good.
All right. Thank you very
Thank
much.
You.